Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
The heavyweight division has changed quite a lot in the last few years. New fighters have emerged, new champions have been crowned. Daniel Dubois was the former IBF champion. He lost his belt to the great Alexander Usyk. Daniel Dubois wants to be champion again. In the shadows was another British fighter starting to make a name for himself. A real-life Rocky movie being played out in real life in the ring. Fabio Wardley became WBO heavyweight world champion, a man who now wants to go on and be top dog in boxing. Former champion versus current champion to decide who is numero uno on these shores. Now, before they throw hands May 9th and duke it out, they're going to duke it out verbally here. Clock in, everyone. It's press conference time.
Frank, there's something special, isn't there, when two Brits fight on our shores for the world heavyweight title. I think it's 33 years or something since we saw Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno. So many great fights over the years. Where does this rank as a match on paper for you?
On paper, it doesn't get any better. I mean, you've got it on the side of here, I can see it. 95% KO ratio. That tells you one thing, excitement. These guys don't take a backward step. As soon as the bell goes, they come forward and they let their shots go. And that is what will happen.
I sold out Portman Road, then it was the O2 against Joseph Parker. That ain't come much tougher. You got the title. In the old days, maybe a nice first defence, a little simpler. This is very tough. How highly do you rate Mr. Dubois?
Yeah, look, I rate him very highly, and that's the reason I picked him as an opponent. Like you say, it's a voluntary, which means I had my pick of the litter, I had my choice, and I picked him out. I chose him because, look, I looked at the roster, I looked at the list of names, and I said, that's the best name on the list. That's the best fighter out there. That's the best fighter available. He's the one I'm going to get the most credit for in terms of taking that scalp and taking that win. And I think, as evidenced by my career as a whole, I'm not one to take the easy route. I'm not one to take the smooth path. I want to be remembered as a fighter who never ducked no one, who never shied away from a challenge, who always took on the biggest and best comers. And I think that's the best way to manage a career, but that's the right way to go about being a world champion.
Need challenges now where I'm in my career. I need the big names and the big fights, and I'm going to be fully up for this more than I've ever been before. This excites me.
No warm-up fight needed, straight into battle.
Nah. All experiences I've had in the past have prepared me well for this moment.
You have had the experience as a professional being in with so many big names. Do you think that might be the difference come May the 9th?
Yeah, my experience, my skill set, and just this, pedigree of what I have, you're gonna see on the night.
And do you think it has to be a knockout either way on May the 9th?
Heavyweight boxing's knockouts, but I want to show my skills, showcase what maybe you haven't seen before from me, and do it in amazing, devastating fashion.
I honestly believe, and I can say this wholeheartedly, Fabio knows I respect him greatly as a person. I really do. But I do think Daniel will flatten him, and I think it will be very, very fast as well. You can't compare the two CVs. Fabio's CV, listen, he's beat who's been put in front of him, and he's done it in dramatic, emphatic style, which is the reason why he's on pay-per-view. But comparing the two CVs, in my opinion, would be like comparing Sonia Jackson to Jennifer Lopez. You can't do it. Daniel Dubois, for me, is going to win this fight, and it's going to be pretty fast and pretty violent.
When that bell goes and we take 3 steps back and they take 3 steps forward, Fabio is going to be right in his face and he's going to be giving him hell. And I believe once you've quit once, it becomes easier to do it again. And he's done it on a number of occasions. I think they need to worry about what's going on over there in their team. He left Don Charles, came back, so those insecurities are still there. And we're there to capitalize on that. And I think on the night, Fabio Wardley is going to destroy Daniel Dubois early, especially after coming off the loss that he just had. And like I said, all the stuff that's going on in their camp, it's going to be very hard for him to overcome that and to beat Fabio Wardley. To be fair, the only person really that should be up there is Stan, because we know Stan makes all the decisions. So you know.
You have to bank on all those things, though. You have to bank on the fight being mental. You have to hold on to all of those things. But in reality, it's going to come down to who's a better fighter, and that's Daniel Dubois.
It's going to come down to a lot of things. It's a fight. So when your chin gets touched...
You have to hope that's...
When your chin gets touched, then you, like you said, you wake up to that reality. Every press conference, Daniel Dubois said that he's going to destroy the person. This is the best he's ever been, blah, blah, blah,
Michael.
And then when the bell goes, we see the truth.
Are we in agreement, though? Are we in agreement, though, that Fabio's never been hit with a 10-ounce glove by someone like Daniel Dubois? Justice Hooney, Fraser Clark, with greatest respect, Joseph Parker, not in the same stratosphere of power. When Daniel taps him with the right hand, what's going to happen then? Never mind mental battles or Usyk. Hey, listen, Usyk whoops everybody. Usyk whoops everybody.
This is heavyweight. This is heavyweight boxing,
and Daniel Dubois has proven. Look at his heavyweight CV. He's winning this fight. He'll win it in dramatic fight. And you have to hold on to every little thing, every small thing. Going back to Don Charles. Listen, yes, he went and trained somewhere else, and yet he's gone back to Don Charles.
Why did he go back to Don Charles?
Because that's where he feels comfortable.
That's where.
And you're going to see the end result of that.
In the first place?
And with the greatest,
because there was something missing.
And with the greatest respect, you'll see the end result of that, because it will result in Daniel Dubois becoming a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world.
The reason why he left is, look, you don't have to be a genius to work it out. The reason why he left is because there was something missing. You don't leave if everything is great. You leave because there's something missing. So obviously there was
Keep holding on to it. Keep holding on to it.
I'll let you speak. I'll let you speak. Have some manners. Have some manners. Have some manners.
I've got plenty of manners. I've got plenty, but I have to intervene sometimes.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that you're up here for. You don't do nothing else.
And how do you know that? Listen, Michael, you're an expert. You're an expert on everything. You're an expert on ring walks. You're an expert on ring walks. Yep. You're an expert. You're an osteopath. You're much more intelligent than me. You're a Swiss Army knife.
100%.
Listen, I've been doing this a hell of a long time.
That's why we've got the belt here. Because
Order.
I've been doing this a hell of a long time.
We've had from the start.
A hell of a long time.
All I can say to all that, talk is cheap. I normally got a lot to say, but you know what? I choose to be silent today. I want to talk about today and what's going to happen on the 9th of May, and that's all. Talk is cheap. Daniel doesn't have to prove nothing. He's only ever lost to one man twice. Usyk. He's demolished everybody else orthodox that's been put in front of him. Nothing changes on the 9th of May. Period.
Joe Joyce?
Pardon me? The Joe Joyce fight was too early for him at the time.
Okay. Who's Fabio lost to?
Pardon me?
Who has Fabio?
No, he hasn't lost, but who has he faced?
So Parker was the number one choice out there.
Right, and
Justice Hooney. Justice Hooney, I believe.
And carry on.
90% of heavyweights out there.
Carry on.
Fraser Clark.
Carry on.
What did Fabio do to Fraser Clark?
Carry on.
It's only because Fabio is a very respectful person.
Anyway, like I said, talk is cheap.
If it was me there,
you won't hear any more from me.
I would be still gloating about what I done to Fraser Clark. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, but we're here to talk. We're here to sell the fight. And the reality is that when that bell goes...
Sell it correctly.
When that bell goes, I promise you, Fabio Wardley is going to be in Daniel Dubois' face. And there's nothing that any of you guys will be able to do
horrible
to
jab
stop
hits his
what
teeth.
Fabio Wardley is going to do to him.
Big horrible jab
if I can interject, I dare you to fight like that. Okay? I dare you to approach the fight like that. It'll be even over quicker than you can blink. Don't blink.
I'm full of confidence for this one. Full of confidence, raring to go. And I've got to take his oath. I'm going to be the first man to do it. And, I'm just can't wait to go, man.
Your man Sam Jones says you flatten Fabio Wardley. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Oh, yeah, victory.
By knockout?
By knockout, by any means necessary, but victory.
My power is proven first round, last round, one way or another. If there's time left on the clock, I'm taking you out of that fight. Like, you're not making it to the final bell. And I know a lot has been made of the back and forth with Don and Daniel and their moving trainers. And honestly, for me, like, one trainer, two trainer, no trainers, I couldn't give a shit. It means nothing to me. He's not going to get in the ring and help him. All it's going to be, the bell's going to go. It's going to be me and Daniel, and I'm going to be staring in his face, throwing bombs at him, and we're going to see if he can weather the storm, which, look, if we're looking at proven records, it proves that when things get dicey, he's not really up for it. He's not really game for it. So we're going to really see on the night who's really got what it takes to come through and take their
I've got
name.
what it takes, mate. You're going to see on the night. I've got what it takes, boy.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out if he's really got what it takes.
Daniel, what happens May the 9th? Prediction.
Yeah, knockout, skills. You know, skills pay the bills, and that's what we're going to do.
Skills pay the bills, but it will win. You'll win inside the distance. Another one on your record.
Yeah, it's called Don't Blink for a reason.
Don't blink, we won't. 95% knockout ratio apiece, Fabio. Do you flatten Daniel Dubois and put a serious dent in his career?
Look, I flatten Daniel, clean him out, wipe him out, leave him there. I know look, Don's saying, I dare you to step to the ring and walk into the middle of the ring and have it out with him. Don, I don't need daring at all. I'll do it on my own. It's no bother to me whatsoever. You've seen me before. And like you say, all respect, but you know me. You know how I fight. You know my heart. You know what's in me. I don't need a dare. I don't need you to bet me. I'm walking to the center of the ring, and I promise you, your man will be taking the first step back.
Don't blink. 90 knockouts for Fabio Wardley. 21 for Daniel Dubois. They've only ever been the distance once apiece.
Both boys suited and booted as well, which is very rare in today's boxing world, isn't it?
Snub, the first snub.
No more games, boys.
Not very nice.
Let's get ready for a fight.